but it's time to get the money, bro. Woo! You can't act funny about that money, yo. Early in the morning. Woo! Can I hit it in the morning? Woo! But then you gotta feed them kids. Jammin with Juice. Y'all know what the business is. What? I said what? I said what? I said what? It's Jammin with Juice. Y'all know what the business is. Call in, hit the chat. Okay. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, fresh to the mud, yeah. Yeah.
What's up? Juicy Nation, to all the juicy jammers out there, and good morning, Milwaukee. You are now tapped into, sipping on, and waking up to Jammin With Juice, you guys. The morning stream. I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. Right? And you already know I got my boy Jammin with me.
It's amazing.
And we are live from the Jammin With Juice studios at the Milky Way building, and sponsored by Cindy Johnson, Allstate Insurance Agency, right here in the 414. We in Milwaukee with it, you know what I'm saying? But what's popping, y'all? What's popping? I see we got some people in the chat right now who are ready to get the show cracking. It's our first show back from like a week, y'all. A week long, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Have been having a great, lovely week. But it's so much that we got to get into today. So many conversations that we need to have, y'all. It's crazy. So without further ado, let's just get into our morning roll call. Let's get my theme music going.
I always find it funny you call it theme music when it's just claps. Folks clapping.
It's my theme music.
Hey, music is music, man.
All right, so we got a couple people here in the chat this morning. So shout out to McNutt.
Big Nut got a big.
We got SE in the chat this morning.
Good morning, SE. Good
we
morning,
got
Colin, my Gemini
Cindy
brother.
Johnson
Good morning, Auntie.
in
I
the
see you,
building.
girl.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah.
We got Jeff.
Hefe, good morning.
We got Hefe VHS. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday. I didn't realize it was Wednesday today.
Yikes.
Did that go over air? I don't be knowing.
No,
okay.
that was us.
That was just in us. Okay.
That was desktop audio. Got to get back into the mindset.
Yes. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Everybody's going to be rolling in slowly, I'm sure, because they're like, y'all been off a week.
Yeah.
A whole week. A bunch of reruns been playing. Even though those reruns, some of them did pretty well.
Bro.
People still was caring about like the Candy Burris and Todd Tucker drama that's been going on, because that's an ongoing drama that's been happening. So with the divorce and the custody and who's going to get the money and all these other things. So I think that's why people was tapped into that for sure. Definitely Cardi B and Stefan Diggs.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to Cardi B and Stefan. They've been popping out recently as well. So yeah, that was funny to see.
Yeah, it was.
What
funny
up, Eric? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. But I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that type of data, if you will, got my wheels turning, okay? Because it made me realize that, we can do best ofs on the weekends, when we actually are not here, and just replay, some of our best episodes throughout the week. We could have been doing this, but we're doing it now. Or could be doing it now.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I thought that was some good insight, some good data.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely some good
data these days.
It is data. I feel so refreshed.
You do?
Yeah, I feel renewed.
I just got to say this, Juice, the curls are popping.
Are they really?
The curls are popping.
That's what, shout out to McNutt saying my curls are popping. Thank you. I've been trying to do something a little bit different. And these have been lasting a very long time. Like, I took these down last week. And so they still popping, still good, still getting bigger. But that's what a good haircut will do for you. Because when I got my haircut back in like, when did I get my haircut? What was that, August? September?
No,
it was October. It was October when I went to Chicago to see Doechii, and I also went to go see my hairstylist. And it had been like a whole year since I had got my haircut, so I was in need of a haircut, y'all. But when you get your haircut and then you bring the curls back, they gonna be popping because them dirty raggedy ends is gone.
I can't lie, Juice. I feel like I ain't seen your curls since we got fired. Like I feel like this last time I saw them curls come out, bro. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It was around the time.
No, because you're actually kind of factual a little bit because I had the braids in for a really long time. I had the braids.
True. Oh, snap, you did.
I took the braids out, I want to say at some point in like September, but then I had the twist.
Yeah.
I did like my mini twist when we did tacos and tequila.
Straight up.
And then after I did the twist, I briefly had some curls, but it wasn't like super long that I had them, but I didn't really see you much because I was working on the studio. And then I got my hair done in the middle of October, and it's been straight ever since then. It's been pretty much straight for majority of it. And then November hit, and I think I finally washed it like last week. It's crazy. So yeah, you really haven't seen the curls in a while.
Nah, them things ain't popped out in a minute, man. I don't know what Esteban on in the chat though. This
what
man talking about inbreeding. He's talking about.
I don't like inbreeding now. We don't talk. That's incest, ain't it?
Basically, I mean,
bro, I saw this thing on social media.
About dogs mating and stuff.
I'm just forewarning y'all right now. It's gonna be a lot of rambling today. I'm already feeling it. It's gonna be a lot of rambling and a lot of just like conversations because so many things have happened in a week.
We ain't talked.
But I saw this one post that it was like this family that had a bunch of like inbreeds.
Wait, are you talking about over in Virginia? They're like West Virginia,
bro, but they're like
white
older.
people?
Yeah, like they white people and they like all older, probably like above 60, 70, 80 years old, but like they're all inbred.
They're my favorite inbred family.
They have an interesting look to them for sure.
Well, you know,
crazy.
As they say, when you do the inbreeding idea, you eventually pass down a lot of the different ailments that you may have suffered from. So basically, if you know you got a brother and a sister, they end up having kids, and one had like cancer, the other one had like a cleft lip. Then they get together. Then it just keeps on going on and on and on and on until you end up.
McNutt said that was a scam. They really weren't. Well, they look weird.
Hell no, bro. You're tripping, McNutt.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Pull these folks up right now. Stop playing with me.
I don't even want to see them on my face.
Bro,
I mean, you can
they're
pull
pretty
them up.
scary.
Pull them up if you want to.
They're pretty scary.
But I just was. So then, what's wrong with them, McNutt? What happened? It's something in the water.
Them folks are retarded.
Don't say that.
Look, the president can say it. I can say it too.
We don't do what the president do. When he go low, we go high.
Well, yeah, that's all that what's the name stuff. That's
he said we like a good scam.
That man crazy.
President Trump said black people love a good scam. I got a bunch of black votes because black people love a good scam. The little scammers.
Oh, damn. Man, bro, that is so crazy. It's crazy that he's saying these things, but I would definitely say that was utterly racist. You know, that was definitely one of those ideas where the stereotypes.
Black people love a good scam, don't they?
They know what scam love for anybody.
Those boosters out there.
That's crazy, bro. That there's still people out here who still just equate black people to robbing and stealing. I felt like that was just utterly disrespectful, and he didn't need to take it there whatsoever. But this is who y'all voted for. I ain't vote for this man.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Good morning, Tyler.
Yeah.
So much stuff.
Oh, Tyler,
how you
good
feeling
morning.
this morning?
Top of the morning to my brethren out there, man. Yeah, man.
We don't see no link, McNutt.
He sent the link.
He said check the link. I don't see no link.
That family not fake, man. It's like a West Virginia family. I really want to look them up now, but it's a West Virginia family, man. That
in West Virginia, born and raised. When my uncle was messing with my auntie all day.
Inbred family, bro. Like
that is hilarious.
And it's just crazy that civilizations for a very long time had like survived off of. Or not even survived, I should say thrived off of having inbred families. Like that, like the royal family, like the Queen of England and all that. They're a bunch of inbreds, man. A lot of them mess around with their cousins and stuff.
God bless them.
I'll show y'all a few people.
The Whitaker family?
The Whitaker family, yeah. When y'all get a chance,
you can put that. I'm not finna look, bro.
These folks look crazy.
Creep me out, bro. Bro, come on, bro.
Early in the morning.
People trying to get up, go to work. It's already icy roads out, and now you want to throw them off, bro.
I'm just saying, dog, like, what made you even bring them up anyway? You watched something?
No, because the Esteban said inbreeding. It made me think of them.
Oh, got you.
He finna pull up this picture. Anyway, I want to say, because there's a lot that's been going on. So I want to say shout out to Steve the Stoner.
Hey!
Because Steve the Stoner, he is a artist here and like a TikToker, content creator, I'll just say overall. But he be doing a lot of like funny, cool, weirdo dances out in the streets. And it has caught the attention of Chris Brown. And Chris Brown has reposted him on his story with Steve the Stoner doing like this weird dance that he do to Kehlani's Folded song, and it's garnering some attention. Chris Brown is one of those people that have been paying attention and actually commented on it. It was like, somebody need to take Buddy phone, and he just thought it was really funny. Kehlani has commented on his TikTok showing love to him and stuff like that. So shout out to Steve the Stoner, always going viral. And you know, it made me think like it really does take a lot to go viral consistently. Like to consistently be going viral. And I get it's all in like the same vein, like he's doing like his dances and stuff, but it seems like he's found a lane with that. And so, you know, shout out to him for going for doing that.
Well, shout out to Steve.
Good morning, Willie Grace.
As I said before, I think he should be the mayor of Milwaukee. I said it before, I said it again. I think he should be the mayor of Milwaukee. Every time I see a Steve the Stoner video, it just makes you feel good. And ultimately, you know, looking at Steve the Stoner makes me feel like you should never put a limit on yourself, man, because there are people out here who would say at the age, I think he's like 34, 35, whatever case may be, that he shouldn't be doing these types of things. Like Chris Brown said, take this man's phone. However, Steve the Stoner is living in his world, man. Like, let him do him, you know, and I think ultimately you doing yourself, you know, you being the best version of yourself, and just being true to who you are is going to be what allows the light to shine through you. What?
They got these people.
You want to see the folks? Hey, I'm gonna show y'all these folks real quick.
Give them a warning first. Like,
okay, these people are ugly.
That's the warning.
That's the warning, bro. Like, honestly, they are definitely some inbred people. This is what happens when you inbreed. Like, honestly. And as I said before, the royal family, they've practiced inbreeding before because ultimately
and you know for sure it's inbreeding because McNutt said this is not inbreeding.
Bro, that is definitely inbreeding. Like, oh my God. Actually, you're right. Let me move this one. This really is disgusting. I can't look at this no more. No, it really is inbreeding, man. And you go ahead, do your Googles, McNutt, about the inbred family called the Whitaker family.
He said it was all for the money. They fake.
Hell,
they're fake people or what? I'm trying to understand, McNutt. Are you saying they're fake people? I don't think they're fake people.
Yeah, they've done documentaries on the
unless he's saying like they got masks on or something like that. Is that you know cosmetic?
Nah.
Get them off, bro.
I love the fact that you said there's a cosmetic because, like, bro.
Because you know how in scary movies, I'm saying, you know how in scary movies they have like the effects,
bro.
They be having the effects and they be having to make you look like that. Like, what if this is all like
Hell
that?
No,
you know,
no, bro. I watched the whole video on the Whitaker family, man. I can take y'all down a rabbit hole.
He said they're real people, but they're not inbred. So now you got me talking about people that's not even inbred.
They are inbred, like. This is the most. I'm just gonna read the AI version of this or whatever. But if you guys want to do your own Googles on it, you can. But AI goes on to say, look, the Whitaker family is the most well-known inbred family in West Virginia. It is the Whitaker family from Odd. They're from Odd, West Virginia, brought to light by photographer Mark blah, 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 viral documentaries, generations of extreme isolation and intermarriage between close relatives led to significant genetic issues, developmental delays, and unique communication styles, grunts, and gestures. And I've actually watched some of this stuff like this. One of the guys.
Why did you watch it?
Because, I like go down a rabbit hole, and I get intrigued by this type of stuff, man. But one dude, all he does is a bunch of grunches. Be like, oh, Ben, how you doing today?
Well, because he probably does. He doesn't have the mental, like he has mental delays probably. Bro, come on. Come on.
I'm just saying.
You're making it hard for me.
Bro, what if that was me, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this with you.
Huh?
I don't do this now. No, listen, you crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. Maybe Juicy need to do a skit on them folks or something.
No, don't be making fun of people who are inbred.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
some of them are put up on a pedestal though. Like I said before, a lot of the royal family, the British royal family, they're a bunch of inbred people. You know, because the idea and concept of it before was to keep, you know, the money's all in the family basically. So
they made the movie Wrong Turn.
They might as well have.
I'm about to look it up.
The hills have eyes. Like,
I want to say, why are they saying it's fake? Whitaker.
The only person saying it's fake is McNutt.
I know, but I'm saying
McNutt, I don't. Come on now, you know for a fact.
No, is it fake?
This is real. These are real people with real lives.
Yeah, it's saying it's real, McNutt.
Doing some strange things.
Real. I looked up the Whitaker family fake, and it says the Whitaker family is a real family.
I damn near want to play a video of them. Like, come on, fam. Don't push my buttons right now. I got the internet.
They said the family situation is not a fake story, but there are multiple serious allegations of financial fraud and deception involving individuals and YouTubers who promise to help the family.
See, look at that.
As well as claims the family members themselves have been untruthful about certain events to solicit funds. So while there could be some type of fraud going on, it does seem like the family itself is actually legitimate.
I mean, come on now.
Legitimate and inbred.
Who's really faking all of this, man? That's all I'm saying. Who's faking this stuff? Because I don't think it's fake. I think this stuff is 100% real.
They said, let me see the DNA.
This is America's most inbred family. A total of 15 siblings that share the same parents who were first cousins. These are the Whitakers. Ray, one of the brothers, only communicates through barking and grunting. His older sister Lorraine is nearly always silent and unable to formulate words. There's their younger nephew Timmy and their third sibling named Betty, who takes care of them all and is the only one out of the four that's able to communicate. But this video posted by Mark Liotta, who goes under Soft White Underbelly, raised more questions as Betty revealed she was one of 15 siblings, including Ray and Lorraine. And when asked about her family's apparent condition, she said she had no idea what could have caused it.
But the mental disorder that Ray has, what is that from?
Due to the effects of inbreeding, they have eyes that look in different directions and use barking and screaming as a form of communication. This is America's most inbred family.
Man.
A total of 15 siblings that share the same parents who were first
I just had to go ahead and play that real quick.
These are the Whitakers. Ray, one of the brothers.
Gotta let y'all know, these folks it's real people out here with real lives doing some strange things. But Juice, the fact that they can move their eyes, they can move their eyes independently, bro. Like, dog, stop playing with me, fam. Like, God's creation.
People got cross-eyedness.
No, Juice. It's one thing to have cross eyes. It's a whole other thing we can move your eyes just all other different ways, like you the clown, like it. You know what I'm saying? You know when it get to looking at you, it get to looking at you. He hungry, bro. Get to drooling. What? Get to looking at you, bro. No, fam. So the Whitaker family, that is a real family. I'm sorry, McNutt, but it's real, and it's real people out here doing this type of stuff, man, living these kind of lives. Whew.
This is crazy. All right. Well, let's move right along. Anything else you want to bring up in the first part of this?
Hey, this is a funny way to come back to the show. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that.
Well, I guess let's just hear from our sponsor, and then we're going to get into something juicy, which honestly, I'll just tell you what the something juicy is when this is done.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And
we're back.
You know we keeping it juicy. Spilling truth with a smile so sweet. Talking all the buzz from the blogs and the tweets. From the headline to the hometown streets. She bring the flavor, can't nobody compete. Something juicy, with Nani juicy. Talk of the town, yeah, she got the news. Keeping it fun, keeping it true. It's something juicy, keeping it juicy too.
What is up, y'all? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It is time for something juicy, and I was gonna tell y'all what the something juicy is gonna be. It really is gonna be a lot of stuff that's happened like while this week we have not been on this week. There have been things going on like within the last 24 hours, but forget all that. I got a lot of stuff that we need to discuss here. We have matters that are important, and so yeah, a lot of it is gonna be stuff y'all probably have heard throughout the week, but I don't care. So the first thing I want to say though is these two real quick that I'm gonna bring up are really quick. So I want to say shout out to Shedeur Sanders because he is gonna be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season with the Cleveland Browns. Okay, and I want to say shout out to that because even though they didn't win their last, like, I think it was like 2 games or something that he played in, it doesn't matter because his stats was incredible. Okay, throwing like 300 plus yards a game, having like having his rushing touchdowns and all the other touchdowns that he was able to get in there. He has definitely proved himself more times than anything, and yeah, I just want to say shout out to Shedeur for that and congratulations. There isn't much of the season left. I think it's just a couple games because playoffs usually start maybe around like January or something like that. But regardless, hopefully maybe eventually he gets traded to another team that's actually going to take him seriously, because to me it seems like his head coach, Mr. Kevin Stefanski, is out to get him for whatever reason. I don't know why that brother be hating on Shedeur like that, but I want to see Shedeur in a new place, a new NFL team that he could really shine, and they could put like I don't want to say a team around him necessarily, but like a real good team around him who believe in him and are willing to give him the things that he needs to be successful, because he deserves all of that. So shout out to Shedeur. Can't wait to see you start for the rest of the season.
Where would you like to see Shedeur go? I
don't know. Anywhere that's going to respect him. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where, but somewhere that is going to respect him and let him actually play. Like I was watching the game, and I'm not the biggest football person. I don't know everything going on. I be asking Corey what's going on. But the fact that the head coach kept taking Shedeur out when they kept getting closer to like the when they were in touchdown range. I know that's not exactly how you're supposed to say it, but when you were in touchdown range, and even when they were doing like the 2-point conversion and all these other things, or he just taking him out for unnecessary reasons. And it's like, bro, come on now. Like, let the man play. Let him play. And he just be hating, and I don't like that. He don't need to be hating on Shedeur. So yeah, shout out to Shedeur, and I hope to see you do better things in the future after this season ends. The next thing that I want to bring up briefly is I want to shout out my girl Jasmine Crockett, because dang, that was loud. Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett announced her run for U.S. Senate as the Democratic primary.
Let's go.
The party hopes to flip the traditionally red state. Crockett, a 2-term representative from Dallas, will face State Representative James Talarico, a rising Democratic favorite. And according to Politico, polls show a tough road ahead, but Democrats are optimistic after recent off-cycle wins fueled by backlash by President Donald Trump. And another thing too, I think they were like redistricting her district out there in Texas, and that kind of messed up a couple of things for her potentially. But now with this run for Senate, I really honestly and truly hope that she does win it. But for some reason, she's getting a lot of backlash for this, and so that has been some conversations online as well. What's good?
It's good she's getting this backlash.
Why?
Marketing and promotion. What do they say? There's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah, there is when it's coming from your own people. Like it's black people that are have feeling some type of way about her running for Senate, and so the conversations kind of have started of, oh, it's really nice, or it seems as though we show support for people when they seem like they're when they
impossible.
when they belittle themselves to just smaller roles, but when they want to go out and do bigger roles, now we have a problem with them, or now they seem untouchable, or now they seem not relatable anymore, or now it looks like, oh, you're being greedy, you want too much, so why should you, like, you already had, you were already Congresswoman, why do you want to be Senate type of situations. It's like we don't want to see our people have growth and to just evolve, and that's really what the conversations have been about.
It's as the old saying goes, Juice, people want to see you be successful, just not as successful as them.
But these are even just regular consumers who ain't doing nothing anyway. It's like these are the people who were once rooting for her and who are she's already more successful than some of them. Yeah. And they just don't, I don't know, it's just a weird conversation and discourse that's going on when it comes to just black women elevating and evolving and growing, and how the support kind of dwindles a little bit when you show that you want more, know? So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, and it could just be all talk. Like, I'm rooting for her for sure. I'm not in Texas, but I surely hope everybody out there in Texas rallies behind her and campaigns with her to get her up in there. She deserves it. Like, we need a voice like hers to be fighting for, the Democratic Party.
It's our time now, man. Like, I think Jasmine Crockett is wonderful in her display and passion for this here country. Like, if you care about your country as much as Jasmine Crockett does, you deserve to be here, in my honest opinion. All right, Jasmine Crockett is somebody who is a role model for young black women, but not just for young black women, young women out there, period. I think it's pretty. And I think this is more so credence to the black woman here in America, because black women here in America always get, ridiculed and put down, and all these other things, right? However, you guys happen to be the, mavericks, so to speak, the pioneers for a lot of the movements that end up happening. The fact that, when we talk about women becoming in politics and becoming somebody as far as a figurehead in politics, it's like you guys are always leading the way, whether it was, Shirley Chisholm back in the day running for president, being, I want to say the first woman to even ever run for president, to, us becoming, black women becoming the first vice president ever in United States history, to, even now I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett, her doing what she's doing down there in Texas. I think it's beautiful, man. And we need to see more of this. We need to see more of us in each and every faction of this here country called America. But I'm rooting for her, man. I'm glad we got a chance to interview her.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't know when you were gonna be done. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett. That's my girl.
Yeah,
that is my girl. That's my girl. That's
and
my girl.
And she's single. So men or ladies out there, if you want to take a shot at Jasmine Crockett,
I think she's focused right now on helping America.
I'm just saying.
I think she's focused right now. She don't need no distractions. So stay out her DMs.
Love comes when it's supposed to. So you hit Jasmine Crockett DM. She's single. Talk to her, man. She might put you in there.
If you want to volunteer and help with her campaign, hit her DMs. Don't be DMing her about nothing else.
Hey.
All right, now I want to talk about. I want to talk about Giannis, y'all. Because have you been seeing what's been going on with Giannis?
Talk to me. Put me on game.
I don't even have anything really necessarily pulled up. This is all just going to be coming from my memory, because I have been having conversations about whether or not Giannis is going to remain a Milwaukee Buck. All right, what does Giannis's future look like here in Milwaukee? Because now it's seeming like his future here is very uncertain. Have you been seeing what's going on online?
No, honestly, Juice, I have been seeing it. And it makes me wonder.
Well, let me give a little backstory first. Let me give a little backstory. I know you were. So all of this kind of started when, I don't know who it was that noticed it, but people were noticing that Giannis had taken down most of, if not all of, his Bucks pictures from his Twitter and from his Instagram. That kind of sparked a lot of debate, because people are like, oh, why did Giannis do that? The only pictures he really left up that was regarding the Bucks was his championship trophy when, he was holding it up when he won in 2021, and then the NBA Cup trophy that they won last year. Those were like some of the only two pictures that he had left on his Instagram, and he had also cleared out his Twitter account. So people are like, okay, what is going on? That's kind of suspicious, whatever. But then news started to break from different NBA insiders. Shout out to, I think his name is like Wendy, and also Shams. They were coming out saying that Giannis was requesting, sources told them allegedly that Giannis was looking for a trade. And Wendy actually even said that Giannis was looking to be traded before the start of the season. Now, I heard that and I'm like, is this true? Is this true? Because for years, ever since Giannis got really, really good, NBA insiders, NBA analytics, and analysts, they have been wanting Giannis out of here. So you know what they do as the media? They stir up the pot, all right? They stir up conversations. They try to get the story going like, oh, Giannis should go to a bigger city. Giannis needs to leave. Giannis has no help. Giannis. Giannis should do this. Giannis should do that. And so there are always trade rumors when it comes to Giannis. So many trade rumors all the time, and Giannis constantly has to shut these trade rumors down. Now, we have not yet heard anything from Giannis, but when all of this stuff was going on, Doc Rivers spoke out. He was like, I know the source. Like, Giannis is the source. I go to Giannis. I ask Giannis what's really going on. He wants to stay a Milwaukee Bucks player. Yeah. He tells me, like, everything is all good, so all these sources saying they talking and hearing things or whatever, that is not accurate necessarily, all right? So then that same game, Giannis gets hurt, right? Giannis gets hurt. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. And now fans are speculating, did he do this on purpose? Because he could potentially be traded by like December 15th. And so they're saying like he could have potentially, what they think then he could have done was act like he was injured so that he wouldn't have to play, so that he could potentially still get traded in December, and also he would have to avoid the press. He wouldn't have to talk to the press. You know, when you're injured, you don't go talk to the press, I guess. But they're saying that they think Giannis could have come up with this plan so he didn't have to necessarily play and could eventually get traded to wherever he wants to get traded to. People are saying he wants to go to the Knicks. Some people are like, he might not go to the Knicks. Maybe he should go to the Warriors. Maybe he should go here. Maybe he should go with Wemby. I don't know. Lakers. They're just saying that Giannis wants out of here. And the thing is, this has been going on for a very long time, y'all. We know this. I've said this, whatever. But right now, in this moment, who I really want to hear from is Giannis. I don't want to hear from nobody else. And I know he has reassured people before. He's like, listen, I'm a Milwaukee Bucks. This is my city. I love it, whatever. But it just, the energy feels a little different now, y'all. I don't know. Do y'all feel like the energy has shifted just a little bit when it comes to Giannis affirming us and reassuring fans that nowhere. I'm not going anywhere, and he hasn't said anything? And now the most recent thing that has come out, I believe last night or even this morning when I heard it from Chris Haynes, I think it was, he was saying that sources told him Giannis has finally talked to the locker room to address like what's been going on. And he pretty much told them like, hey, I want us to focus on what we got right now. Let's focus on the season. Let's focus on like getting healthy or whatever. And let's, just continue doing what we have to do. But the thing that was a little concerning was sources told Chris allegedly that Giannis said, I don't know what they might do with me. I don't know what could potentially happen if they want to trade me or whatever. But we need to just focus on right now. That's not reassuring to me. That's not a reassuring thing to say. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You know exactly what's going to happen to you, because the Bucks are never going to do anything without you knowing about it, Giannis. Like, the Bucks aren't going to do that. If you don't want to get traded, the Bucks are not going to trade you, because we have seen time and time again how the organization has 100% put all their efforts into making you happy. Mm-hmm. They have done everything. Whatever you have asked, whatever you have wanted, they have done that for you. They have shown their loyalty, which is why you have shown your loyalty. And it's like, they're not just going to trade you if you're not asking for it. So that's why I know that it is some BS. And it does seem like Giannis wants to go. And if Giannis wants to go, with all due respect, I love you as a player here. You have done so much here for the city, bringing, the Pfizer Forum here and all the things, like all the economy is boosted and everything. We getting artists here. Like, we've been put on the map because of Giannis. I'm not going to lie to y'all. He has helped for sure. But if he does want to go, let's let him go. Let's just let him go. And I think fans need to kind of like come to acceptance of it all that Giannis might not stay a Milwaukee Bucks player forever. And if he doesn't, that's okay. Like, we had a really good run with him. He deserves to go and do whatever it is that he wants to do, but I just don't like how it's being done. I don't like how it's being handled because the accountability part on Giannis has not been there. Like, he's not taking accountability that, hey, you're somewhat of the reason why we're in this position that we're in right now. Yeah. And now you want to just up and dip and leave when it's getting bad. We've had great seasons with you, but now a couple seasons don't go how you plan because of injuries and you want out. I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
Come on, no Juice. If Giannis does actually want out, you got to kind of see it from his point too. He's only getting older. You know, he's becoming more of a family man, and he still has a few trophies that he wants to collect. Is he going to get those trophies with the Milwaukee Bucks? It doesn't seem like it this season. All right, this season might be the absolute worst.
Why? Because what? Because he got injured. He was out. He over there playing in Greece all summer long, not resting his body, and he gets injured, and we go on like a 7-game losing streak.
Over there with Speedy. But no, all I'm saying is, Juice, I think that Giannis, like you said before, has given us some of his best years. But at the same time, it's like, you know what, man? I think it's up to Giannis to define what he wants for himself. When I even first initially got put on to Giannis, it seemed like to me he wanted to be a homegrown talent. It would seem like to me that he wanted to be here in Milwaukee forever. But, you know, at the same time, him being a Grecian, you know, him being over there from Greece, wanting to be a Greek god, he may feel like he need to get a few more trophies. And we don't know if he's going to get with the Milwaukee Bucks anymore. I would hope that he could, but at the same time, man, it seems like ever since they let Coach Bud down or let him go, it ain't happened yet. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, they need to let Doc Rivers go.
Coach Bud wasn't even good.
Look.
Nope, don't even do it.
What I will say this.
He was a terrible coach.
You can say that.
He just had talent on the team.
You can say he's a terrible coach, but nobody's been able to do anything after him. All right, Coach Bud got us our first trophy in the past 50 years. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, people say he's trash, but I don't think so. I think the man did exactly what he was supposed to do. Only reason we ended up losing that second year is because his brother died, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Absolutely not. Coach Bud was not good. That's why he ain't nowhere now. But what I'm saying
got us to the second round of the playoffs. And
it
stuff.
Don't matter. It don't matter. That don't mean he was good just because he had Giannis on there and it was a decent team around him. He's had Drew Holiday there still, which was really the person who we needed to keep.
Well, no, we definitely did.
Like, keep what? Drew.
But let me ask you this question though, just because it raised an eyebrow for me. So, do you think that a coach, right, a bad coach, could have a good team and still win, or could a good coach have a bad team and still win?
I think if you have a good coach and a bad team, you can still win.
A good coach and a bad team?
Yeah, because if you have a good coach, he's going to coach you up to not be a bad team.
Interesting.
Like, coaching definitely plays a part, but also all players involved have to be willing to listen. If you're not willing to listen, or if you're not going to do what they're asking you to do and you're just going to go off script and handle how you want to handle sometimes, that could be y'all demise too.
Interesting.
You know, if the coach is scared of Giannis, what we gonna do here? What are we really doing?
Coach Bud was scared of Giannis?
I don't know. I'm not gonna put that out there, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Giannis has been controlling a lot of things, and it's just like, the accountability on his part, it's like, come on, you're the reason why we kept Brooke for so long. You're the reason why we kept Chris Middleton for so long. You probably are the reason why we got what?
Middleton was good,
bro. He kept getting injured and he was old. Like, come on now. And then Brooke was slow. So it's like, come on, we needed to have a younger team. Like, a lot of stuff that we did as an organization, it just feels like Giannis had some input in it, whether he wants to admit it or not. But I appreciate him.
Yeah, hit the chat. Tell us how y'all feel about this.
I appreciate Giannis for all that he's done. He's funny. I interviewed him before, taking pictures with him before. He sung me happy birthday. Okay, I'll never forget that. I had him, Bobby, and Dame sing me happy birthday. But it's like, if you want to go at this point, stop playing the games. Like, stop acting like you really into it. And if you want to go, like, we just gonna let you go. And we've been a bad team before. Yeah. Like, it's been moments where tickets was like $15. Like, we know what it's like to be bad. It's fine, and we have to just understand we're gonna be in a rebuilding process. We ain't got no picks for like 10 years. I mean, draft picks. So it's like, we just gonna have to be bad for a little bit, and that's cool. Like, that is absolutely cool. But Trey Tay is saying Giannis can go, get him out of here.
You said you preaching, man.
I mean, it exactly, every move was to make Giannis happy. So then just to up and leave just because it's looking like, oh, you've been to the playoffs like how many years in a row now? But the reason why we didn't get far was because people kept getting injured, him included. So it's just like, you can't just up and leave when it gets bad. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay a Milwaukee Bucks player, you want to stay a Milwaukee Bucks player. If you want to go, you want to go. But just be honest about it. Dang.
That's real.
Like, just say what it is and what it ain't, and we can like move on. That's all I'm saying.
I personally don't think Giannis ever wants to leave, though. I think Giannis wants to stay
He
here
will go.
forever.
No, he done moved his family down to Greece. That man is not here no more.
Nah, I think Giannis will stay here forever, man. That's truly how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm gonna leave it at that, though.
Why?
Why do I feel that way?
Yes.
Just because
where's the proof in the pudding of that?
Just because how much he cares about family and how deeply invested in Milwaukee he is. You know, I also think he likes the impact that he's put down here. I don't think if Giannis would have been this Giannis that we got right now, if he would have started in LA, I don't think he'd been the same with Giannis if he would have started over with the Cleveland Cavaliers or anything like that. I think Giannis got here to Milwaukee, was like, you know what? I'm learning how to be an American. He literally learned how to be an American here in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things where he is a foreigner. However, he is a Milwaukeean. So I don't think he'll ever leave Milwaukee for real. And even if he does, he'll never forget about his quote unquote hometown, the first city in America who treated him like he was one of their sons. So
all right, well, that's just your opinion, I guess. Shout out Giannis.
He's a Sagittarius too. I get along with them pretty well.
All right, I'm gonna move along to the Streamer Awards and the chaos that has been happening with the Streamer Awards, because y'all, seems like some racism's in the air, but that's not the main thing that I want to talk about. I really want to talk about Kai, but let me give you guys a backstory real quick. So Streamer Awards took place recently. If you don't know what the Streamer Awards are, it's pretty much kind of like BET Awards and the Grammys and how that's for music. Streamer Awards is awards for popular streamers
like
out here who are like on Twitch,
like
who do
us.
YouTube. Yes, how we're streaming right now, that type of situation. And Streamer Awards took place. You had Kai Cenat there. Everybody should know Kai by now. If you don't, he is a top streamer on Twitch for show. Okay, he has his friends, the AMP. He created the Clover Boys. That's a whole nother group that streams. But they had their Streamer Awards, and the first thing that took place at the Streamer Awards was the host. The host tried to take a dig or do a joke on Kai Cenat, saying like, oh, and congratulations on your new documentary that you have with 50 Cent. Boo! Tomato. It was a terrible joke. It did not land. I already know somebody wrote that for her because she wouldn't have said that on her own.
I thought that was improv. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you know, all the hosts, they write stuff like that out for everybody. Even like the people who read off the like the banter between the people who are gonna read off the nominees for stuff, like all of that is scripted. It's all written up. It's just, it was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. It was terrible timing. And I hate when people who are not of our culture make culture jokes on us. Like, I think, was she like an Asian chick?
Yeah,
she was like an Asian white chick commenting on what's going on with 50 Cent and Diddy. Like,
iCarly.
Come on now. The timing is just really bad. But shout out to Tylil. Tylil is part of Clover Boys. He's one of Kai Cenat's really good friends. Streams with him for Mafiathon 3 and all the things. He stuck up for him. He took the mic. He was like, if you're gonna be telling jokes around here, at least make them be funny. Yeah. Like, cause that joke wasn't even funny. That New York came out of Tylil. He was like, at least let the jokes be funny. And I'm like, wow, Tylil really be sticking up for Kai all the time. But shout out to Kai. He swept actually all of the categories he was in. He got 4 awards. One of them being best collaboration with LeBron James. I think he got like best chatter streamer. He got best streamed event, which was Streamer University. And there was another one that yes, and he won for Mafiathon 3, where he broke so many records. But the thing I want to bring up too with that was Kai seems changed, and I like that for him.
You feel the growth from him, huh?
I feel and I see so much growth in Kai. I can see him evolving. I can see him maturing in real time. And I think it has a lot of people kind of like, they're kind of concerned for him because Kai did bring up mental health in one of his award speeches, and he pretty much was like, listen, y'all, I've been dealing with some mental health issues, but Naruto and Death Note and a bunch of different anime has really helped me and brought me some happiness, you know. But he definitely does seem different. Like Kai usually is like bouncing off the walls. He has so much energy, but he seemed very calm, very chill, almost like he's setting himself up to do different things. And he admitted on the when he was accepting his awards, and he said, you know, I want to do so many things outside of just streaming. I want to have my own fashion clothing line. I want to, you know, produce movies and films and TV and get into that, you know, and entertainment, while also still sticking to just, you know, just to streaming. And honestly, what I think he's going to end up doing is I feel like he's not going to do as many in-home streams as he used to. I think he's more so going to be showing the process of him creating his fashion line and the process of him, you know, making his film movies and how that really goes on behind the scenes, which I think would be a really nice transition for him to take us on that journey of how he's going to be able to create these things, because we've seen him literally grow up. We've seen the process of how he has put a lot of this stuff together currently. So I think that might be the next phase of him, but you can just tell like his mindset is completely different, and I think it has his friends a little bit shook because they've never seen him like this before. He's taken like a 2-month plus hiatus so far from streaming. He hasn't been back since the end of September when he finished his Mafiathon 3, and he's just been out there vacationing, and not even just vacationing. I think he's been going all across the country to, you know, talk to some of these fashion designers who are the top fashion designers right now and figure out how he can do the same thing. And that's really what you got to do. He has such a big following, fam, that he can make whatever he wants to make, and people are going to purchase it because they love him. So he has so much more money that he could make in the long run, and it's cool to see that he's figuring all this out at a younger age. I think he's only like 23 years old, like 23 or 24. So it's like he's going to be one of the greats, and I'm stamping that right now that we are going to remember him for a long time. I just don't want the industry to get to him, because I know that has been some of the conversations too, is people feel like Kai Cenat has changed a little bit because he always promotes God, he always promotes Jesus, and the higher you go in the industry, they want to try to control you, they want to try to corrupt you in a sense, and it almost comes off as if Kai is fighting those demons, like he's fighting the industry, and they don't necessarily like it. Now it's all speculation, but something definitely does feel like it's weighing down on him, which is why he mentioned his mental health. But I hope that everything works out for him for sure, because it's been a pleasure, honestly, to watch. It's not like Chick-fil-A, but it has been a pleasure to watch Kai just grow and evolve and change and execute and do the things that he says he wants to do, and I can't wait to see how far he's gonna go. I just hope the industry does not get to him and he stays prayed up and, you know, warriored up, prayer warriors and all the other things. So yeah, that's what I want to say about Kai.
Yeah, no, shout out to Kai, and shout out to, you know, just the future of streamers, man. Like it's a new lane for everybody to get into. Kai's not being one of the you know, quote unquote pioneers for it all. We'll see what what ends up happening for the future of streamers 10 years, 20 years from now. I feel like, for real, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Juice, I've been really thinking about this, and I'm like, dog, I think streaming is where hip-hop was when it was first kicking off. You know, nowadays streamers are bigger than rappers these days. Streamers are bigger than just, you know, your standard artist now. So, you know, this industry that people are, you know, getting into, streaming, we will see what will happen from this in the future. But I think it's going to be big, man. I don't think it's going anywhere, as long as the internet doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, it is interesting. I do worry about people's mental health who stream, though, because sometimes streamers are on for like 8 hours plus, looking at a screen, constantly looking for engagement, thinking of crazy stuff they can do. And I honestly think that can take a toll on your mental health. So while streaming is an outlet for people to get information out there and to just be themselves and make money for themselves, whatever it is, I definitely think that long term, the effects of it could be very dangerous if we don't figure out how to balance the two, because people are going crazy, you know, just being on the internet period all day. So I couldn't imagine being on a stream constantly being watched, constantly have to entertain for 8+ hours a day. Like, that takes a lot. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes mental capacity, and you see that a lot of these kids are crashing out.
Right now, it can truly warp your mental. You know, it could put you in a space where you're not even certain what is real reality anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
it doesn't seem sustainable sometimes to me, and I think that's why Kai is kind of seeing like, hey, I can do other things and stream. Like, I don't only have to just be doing streaming, because only doing streaming, it can definitely take a toll on you. And I think he's feeling it and seeing it.
Or just living in that mindset of always streaming. Like you said before, Juice, always looking for that viral moment. Like, did you see that kid who, he's a streamer, right? And he walked up to Busta Rhymes and was like, hey, I'm with, what is
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan. Busta Rhymes, he from a different era. He about to really check this young man. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, it's just one of these things that you have to be able to separate reality from this fairy tale that you tell people, you know, or when you're doing your content, just figure out a way that it is real enough to you that you're not putting on, quote unquote, a persona just for the camera. Because once that camera goes off, who are you then? And I've been seeing a lot of different streamers kind of get into that vein, if you will, like whether you're talking about like the Neon guy who talks crazy mad stuff about black people and says a lot of racist things. So when real life situations occur, he's not really prepared for it because he's lived his life through a computer screen, you know, which isn't, quote unquote, sustainable.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Streaming, it's very interesting to me. It's an interesting thing. It's so new still. I just really wonder what streaming is going to look like in 5 years. I don't think we're going to have that many I really don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if we'll have that many in-house streamers like that. I think we'll have more in real life streamers, which can be a little bit dangerous because you're showing people real time where you are, and the bigger you get, that could be very dangerous. But overall, I just want everybody's mental health to be okay. Like, make sure you're not just on a screen all day, every day. Like, you have to take care of yourself. You absolutely have to take care of yourself. And we have a lot of young kids who are getting into this, and they're doing stuff that their parents don't even necessarily know about. And they're going through things that their parents don't know that they're going through. Like, the fact that Rakai is only like 16, 17, I think he just turned 17 years old, and he's one of the top streamers out here. I'd be like, where is your school at?
Yeah.
Are you in school? Are you learning anything?
Maybe he's going to Jammin
and it's kind of crazy
English.
too, because shout out to Rakai. I really want to see a lot of growth in him too, and I think we will in the next few years. But when it comes to Rakai, I'm noticing that when he was at the Streamer Awards, people would ask him questions and he didn't necessarily know how to answer the questions.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the hosts asked him, like, hey, Rakai, like, tell everybody about yourself, you know? And he took the mic and he didn't know what to say. He's like, what do you mean? And it was like, you know, like, introduce yourself to the people. And he was like, I stream. And like, he gave it back. And it's like, you have to know how to, like, he's not in public a lot. Like, he's just behind the screen. He's just in his house. He just does stuff a lot at home. And it's like he's losing, I feel like, some of those much needed communication skills, you know, when you're talking to other people and how to hold a conversation, how to keep it going, not just saying the first thing that's on your mind all the time, you know? And it's like, just get your kids off all the screens all the time. That's all I want to say, because I see it hurting our children, and it's causing them a lot of turmoil in their heads.
I think there's a balance that needs to be had, though, Juice, because we said the same thing about Casanat before, right? To where, honestly, it might have just been just a year ago where he did an interview with somebody and he really didn't know how to articulate his ideas, thoughts, and feelings. He was even on the stream with Kevin Hart, and Kevin told him that exact same thing. Like, you have to find out how to really articulate your ideas. A lot of times when people are just streaming or whatever, like you said before, they're looking for the most wildest reactions. They're doing the wildest things that they possibly can do to garner some attention, right? Like, everybody wants the Casanat moment when a mouse ran out on him on screen and he reacted. Everybody wants that, right? But at the same time, it's just like, do you want that to be your life every day, every minute, every hour, you know, to have to act like that just to get views? Or would you rather be able to hold a conversation on screen, on camera, and then be able to take that into real life and do the same exact thing? And I think that's that balancing act that Casanat is getting around to now, because he's becoming older and he's going to become a legendary streamer, if that is a sustainable business practice in the future.
But I think that's why he's moving on to other things, though, because I think he's also realizing streaming with just by itself is not sustainable.
Interesting.
It might not be sustainable long term for your health, pretty much.
That makes sense. No, that makes a lot of sense, Juice. As I said before, I just think all of this stuff is fusing, and I think it's all coming back. Like, back in the day, we had a show called TRL where, it was basically a music show, and people would text in, you would see the live chats going and stuff. I think that's what the in real life streaming is going to become. It's just going to be a TV show where people can just chat in real time, and you'll see they chat going, and people will have TV shows. Just imagine one day sitting back, being able to watch Stranger Things be filmed in real time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, last thing I want to bring up, it'll be quick, but I had to talk about it. But this Wisconsin Cinnabon employee, have y'all heard about this Wisconsin Cinnabon employee
I love a good
that just
joke.
got fired after a video of her using the N-word and other racist language at a Somali couple went viral. So the video shows the unidentified employee calling the couple the N-word and openly declaring, "I am a racist and you are a N-word. I am racist and I'll say that to the whole entire world." As the couple warned her she was ruining her life, the woman flashed both middle fingers at them and replied, "Suck it, man. Suck it.
No,
Suck it."
She took it back in the day.
Reports say the argument began after the employee allegedly mocked the female customer's hijab when the couple entered to buy food. Cinnabon addressed the situation on Saturday, December 6th, saying, "We've seen the disturbing video from the Cinnabon Bakery in Wisconsin, and we do not condone this behavior." The former employee was immediately terminated by the franchise owner. "Their actions do not reflect our values or the welcoming experience every guest deserves." But what's so crazy about this, you guys, and this is how you know we live in such a racist country, y'all. We live in such a racist country, and I feel like we have always lived in such a racist country. But following the incident, a Give, Send, Go page has raised more than $25,000 for the fired employee. But that one was taken down, right? But then I heard that there's another one that they have.
A GoFundMe.
Yeah, a GoFundMe, I believe, was no, it's not a GoFundMe. It's still a Give, Send, Go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Give, Send, Go, and now the fundraiser allegedly has surpassed $130,000 that they have raised for this woman since she has been fired. And it's just like, what makes you want to contribute to a racist woman?
It's Christmas. It's Christmas time.
This is not Milwaukee, because she would have been slapped aside her face if she would have said that to somebody in Milwaukee. Yeah. Like, come on now, we don't play. This was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So there you have it.
I thought it was Ashwagandha.
That's in Green Bay.
Oh, for real? Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, because I looked up the mall that it was at, and the mall, it was called the Bay Park Square Mall, and it's a shopping center in Green Bay.
That is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely frustrates me because on one end it's kind of like, damn, like racism is so baked into our society that when a racist incident happens and occurs and truly hurts somebody's feelings, there's somebody on the opposite end, the opposing end, who's like, man, let me save the girl who said the N-word. Let me actually big her up and almost champion her. Reward her for her bad deeds. And I didn't think that we lived in a society that rewards, people for a bad merit.
I did. Because there are people, you got people out there who agree with anybody. Like, everybody got somebody who's going to agree with them. Right. And if you're being racist, oh my gosh, that's like, you believe in what I believe. Let's do it. I'll help you. I will support you. I have the money from my ancestors who had slaves that I can just give to you because you believe in what I believe in. You feel the same way that I do. 100%. I've seen it all around. Like, I've seen stores, I forgot the name of the store, what the situation was exactly, but I've seen stores be racially discriminatory towards people, and they be called out for it, and people donate to their GoFundMes. Like, this is just what happens in 2025 going on 2026, is if you are racist, I'm sure you got a friend out there that's also going to be racist with you and actually support you. I mean, look at how we got the president that we got.
Yeet says in the chat, Yeet. Hey, make sure y'all hit the chat. Let us know how y'all feel about this conversation right now. But Yeet says, was it racist, or do people suffer from victim mentality and look for any reason to blame others for their own stupidity?
It was racist. Move along, Yeet.
I mean, how racist was it though? You know?
To call them the N-word? What are you talking about?
Well, to play devil's advocate, you know, they'd be like, man, y'all say it all the time
that's
anyway.
very racist.
Y'all say it all the time
if you're
anyway.
not a black person, that's very racist for you to call someone else the N-word. Like, that's just point blank period. Ain't no arguing that.
I will say that this woman was very disrespectful, and it was very distasteful for her to be at a Cinnabon. For one, black people love Cinnabon. All right, we love Cinnabon. Okay, and
then she mocked the hijab, bro. Like, come on, that's racist. You don't mock. Like, come on.
It's just like,
let's just call it what it is. It's racist.
Where do they make these people? And then secondly, I really do think this, because there's been many
Alaska.
times, right? There has been many times where a racist incident has gone down, and then a GoFundMe pops up, or they find some way to monetarily support these individuals. I think that anybody who supports these people, like donates, like your name should be listed on these types of things, man. So I know who the hell I'm dealing with.
Like a sex offender list.
Yeah, like. You got to be put out there in public, man. Like there should be no way that you're donating, $50,000, $20,000, however much you're donating to this woman, based off of some hateful speech that she put out there. Like if this is the types of things that you support, you truly support, then your name should be out there then for it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. But that was some juicy, y'all. We had a lot. And it was another one I was gonna bring up, but I might bring. Might as
well bring it up. Go ahead.
Well, this is about to be cut off. This is only like 42 minutes.
We don't know.
What do you mean we don't know?
I don't know.
I know for sure it's 42 minutes.
Yeah, but we never just ran it the whole time. You think we were talking 42 minutes?
Yes, because we started at like 8:20 something. So it's gonna shut off sometime soon.
What do y'all think?
Just turn it off. Just turn it off.
Let's see.
Because I really don't have all the information. I just want to ask you what you thought about it, and also ask the chat what y'all thought about it too. But this whole like Netflix Warner Brothers deal.
That's my rabbit hole.
Oh,
that's
is it? Okay, well then I'll save it.
That's my rabbit hole.
I'll
We can talk about that though, for real.
Okay, I'll save it then, because I was just like, it's so much going on, so much information that I've been trying to read up on it, and it's just chaos. And the fact that like Trump wants to get involved for whatever reason, it's like just a lot happening. But okay, that's your rabbit hole, so we can save it for that. So now, y'all, the real conversation, we got to get into Diddy again, because
we got to get into Diddy again. Pause.
We got to get into Diddy, because we brought it up very briefly before Ben took his vacation, which you didn't even talk about your vacation.
Not really.
But not really, you didn't at all. But but
we talked about the Whitaker family.
We finally, that's in the same boat. We finally got to both watch the full 4-episode docuseries of Diddy, The Reckoning, or Sean Combs, The Reckoning, on Netflix, you guys. It is, I think, what is it, executive produced by 50 Cent?
Executive produced.
But he's not like the main producer of it. Obviously, his face is just all over it because he's a troll, and we love a good troll, don't we? But the discourse that has been going on, I don't even know where you want to start with this Diddy documentary. Maybe we should change the title. I'm not logged in, so I can't even change the title on YouTube.
Yeah, what you want to change it to, bro?
Let's change the title to...
We're going to do this in real time.
Yeah, like maybe let's change it to Diddy...
Did he do it? Did he did?
No, like just Diddy.
Diddy, Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, just put all their names in it. What's happening? Because now you got 50 Cent involved. You got Marlon Wayans involved. Like everybody's beefing with everybody. I feel like Ja Rule trying to throw his hat in the ring for whatever reason. I don't know what's happening, but we have to talk about Diddy, y'all.
Busta Rhymes looking like Tracy Morgan. Damn.
Don't say that to him in person.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Beat you up.
I ain't gonna lie. Look,
he will beat you up.
I know for a fact that streamer or whatever was definitely trolling. But when I looked at comparison, I was like, hey, he not wrong either, man.
Somebody told the little boy to say that to him, though.
True.
To call him. He said to say Tracy Morgan. It's like, this is why you don't follow the leader, bro. Like, you got to be an individual. If you don't know who the person is, don't be trying to take pictures with them just because you think they famous. Because you're going to end up being like, Bernie Mac. Like, come on now. Academics.
Hey, man, I'll take it.
Okay, so this Diddy documentary, y'all. Diddy documentary.
You want to go to our sponsors first?
Oh, yeah, we can.
All right. We'll be back.
Text you from Mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, This little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And we're back.
Yes, we are back.
Diddy,
I gotta send the text real
50,
quick.
Marlon,
Yeah. So
Jay-Z.
first things first, have y'all seen the documentary? That's what I want to know. Put in the chat, yes or no, yay or nay. Have you seen the docuseries? The 4-episode docuseries, very, very well put together, let me just say. I personally felt like it was crafted beautifully, okay? I thought that the storytelling was on point. Now, do I believe everything that happened in there was the truth?
Think it was fabricated?
I don't think 100% of everything was like
It was fluff?
actually how it happened and actually how it took place. However, I do think that a lot of it was true. I do think that a lot of it was actually true. And yeah, I'll just leave that at that for right now.
Jan with the Clippers said, yeah, that man a monster.
So what are your, so when did you watch it, man? When did you watch this docuseries?
I can't tell you the exact date, but
Like you watched it in one sitting? I've seen it twice now.
I haven't watched it all in one sitting. I watched one episode, like probably like the first day that we played it or whatever, or it dropped. I watched the first episode, then I watched bits and pieces here and there. Then I watched it all the way through. Then I started at episode 4, went back to 3, 2, and 1. It is very intriguing to see a mogul, a music mogul like Diddy, be accused of all of these ideas. And then the people who have these stories, you know, like the Lil Rod story, saying, hey, man, I just will wake up and my butt would be hurting. I'm sitting next to Diddy. Thought it was hilarious, you know.
Hilarious.
I thought
You're laughing at SA?
I'm not laughing at SA whatsoever. What I'm saying is to put that in the documentary.
How he said it.
Yeah, how he said it. Because it's a few.
I laughed a little too.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a few things in there where you like, hell no, this didn't happen. Yeah. Hey, bro. And then you posted this on your Instagram or whatever. You was like, Biggie died, and then Diddy was in the white.
Yeah.
Man, that stuff is hilarious. Yeah. Funny, dog.
Yeah, no. I thought it was just all crazy. But the whole Lil Rod situation, y'all, we gonna be jumping all around because really it's a lot to unpack with that entire docuseries. But when it came to Lil Rod, and Lil Rod was a producer who was working with Diddy on his latest album. It was the Love album back in like 2022. And he was with Diddy for like a couple years, like maybe 2 years or so, right? Lil Rod saw a lot of stuff, all right? Lil Rod saw allegedly Diddy and Justin Combs go into the bathroom with another man and allegedly shoot him or something of the matter, and then had to pull him out and have the ambulance help him, and then they covered up the story. This all happened in like a studio. Lil Rod had to experience going out getting women allegedly for Diddy to bring back to whatever party that they wanted to do. And Lil Rod allegedly said he was drugged a lot without knowing that he was drugged, because it could have been in some of the drinks that they were drinking. Whatever, he feel like he was drugged because he would wake up the next morning with a woman next to him, his butt hurting, him not knowing what's going on. Sometimes Diddy next to him and his butt hurting, he not knowing what's going on. My thing with the whole Lil Rod situation, and I'm a little perplexed by that, is he knew what was happening and he didn't say anything because he was looking forward to getting his money from Diddy from working on this project. Mm-hmm. That's what it felt like. It felt like what he was saying was, yeah, I'm waking up not knowing what's going on, and I'm waking up not knowing like my butt hurting and all this other stuff allegedly, and I'm feeling like I'm putting 2 and 2 together what's going on, but I got to try to get this money for this work that I done put in for this Love album, which they ended up only giving him like $29,000 after ducking and dodging him for a while.
I didn't hear that part.
My thing is, how you gonna say, oh yeah, I finally spoke up about it because it could help other people and all this other stuff? It's like, you should have spoke out about it right away. But it feels like he didn't, just because he didn't get his money yet. And it's like, if it was just about the money for you, or if you would have got your money and it would have been the amount that you wanted to have,
Would he ever said anything?
would you have ever even said anything? It's like, are you just coming out and talking because you felt like you were done wrong on the money side, or you felt like you were done wrong with the whole SA situation?
So you think he liked the part of the sexual?
I'm not gonna say he liked it, but I'm saying I think he was quiet for it because he wanted his money and he didn't want to disrupt that relationship with Diddy because he didn't want to potentially not get his money. But when he didn't get his money, it's like, well, all cards is off the table. I'm finna let him know that my butt was hurting when I was waking up to you in the bed, brother.
Oh, that's
like
real.
allegedly, you know. And it's like, come on, man.
The whole documentary to me, again, I think it's I'm not gonna say it's a fabrication of what happened in Diddy's life, but this is obviously told from a story. This is obviously told from the perspective of somebody who doesn't like Sean Combs, doesn't like Diddy, and that's 50 Cent. You know, 50 Cent is the executive producer. He's decided to sign off on a few different things inside of the documentary. He got footage. Some people don't know how certain footage he got, like a few days leading up to Diddy going to court and stuff. And nobody knows.
You don't know how he got it. He got it from the dude who recorded it.
His source, right? His source. That's
the
where
dude
he got it
who
from.
recorded it.
But again, that's all I'm saying. I mean, anybody could be like the dude who recorded it, but how did 50 Cent get in the room? 50 Cent could have been in the room recording. I don't know. All I'm saying is that this story is told from the perspective of 50 Cent, and obviously 50 Cent having some kind of discrepancies with Diddy, decided to put this together and crucify him, so to speak. So it's just one of these things where, for me, it's just like, watch who you really doing business with, man, because you really don't know who's gonna turn up to be your enemy 20 years.
You're
down
upset
the road.
with 50?
I'm not upset with 50.
Oh.
I'm just saying, just be mindful, man. 48 laws of power. It's one of them things where, you never want to offend the wrong person. So it's just like, dang. But to sit back and watch that documentary, I actually like the documentary, or the Reckoning. I can't say it's a documentary or anything like that. It's a docuseries, but I think it was pretty good. Well put together. When it got around the time of Biggie and Tupac, and just going to display what was going on behind the scenes. One thing that I didn't even realize about Diddy or even know about Diddy, which a lot of dudes for real who want to have like some kind of power and control always end up going after a guy's girl. And I know plenty of dudes like this. So Diddy was just like that. Like, Diddy was the person that basically at the end of the day, he saw who Heavy D's girl was, ended up getting with Heavy D girl, to make himself feel like the man. He saw who else? It was somebody
Who's
else.
Heavy D's girl?
Heavy D's girl is actually Diddy's like first baby mama.
No, you talking about Kim Porter?
No, I'm not talking about Kim Porter. I'm talking about I forgot her name. Misha.
Got it.
That's his first baby mother, but at the same time, he got her from Heavy D, and basically he wanted to be Heavy D. That was Diddy's whole MO. And I'm kind of taken back by it because I never thought about Diddy being in that realm. A lot of dudes that I know who was like, oh man, this dude got something over me, so I'm gonna get his girl. Dudes who think with that kind of logic and ego, so to speak, always for me come off as if they're trying to fulfill something that they know that they lack. So yeah, again, he took Misha, and then Kim Porter. Kim Porter was another one of the women that I forget who she was dating, but he was like, oh, I gotta get her. It was just all these different women that Diddy had to get. So I don't know, man. Only Diddy really knows the truth behind it all. But I felt like the documentary was very interesting to watch. But my question for it all, and I mean, even to you Juicy Jammers out there, if you were 50 Cent, would you have done this documentary? Would you have this docuseries? Would you have dropped, Sean Combs' The Reckoning after you just seeing what happened to his whole legacy? Would you, put him knee deep in a casket right after? Because me personally, I couldn't do these types of things. Even if I had a vendetta against a Diddy or a vendetta against my most worst enemy out there, I would want to put him in this type of realm. But 50 Cent is a different beast. He's a different type of person. As I said before, he only did the ABC News interview because he knew that, ABC was aired inside of prisons, meaning that he knew that doing this interview on ABC,
that's what I thought,
Diddy would go on to go see, Diddy would actually see this interview. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, like 50 Cent is definitely cold and calculated, and he probably only worries about himself at the end of the day anyway. But he knew for a fact he had to checkmate Diddy, and that's what that was a checkmate. So he offended 50 Cent. he offended 50 Cent to some degree, you know. And as soon as he did offend 50 Cent, 50 Cent for the rest of his years is like, one day I'm getting back at that dude.
That's what I was just wanting to. I was looking up because I didn't think it was Heavy D. It was the dude from EPMD.
I'll be sure. Oh yeah,
that's why I was like Heavy D. I was over here researching like it wasn't Heavy D.
Yeah,
it was the other dude
Eric B.
with the list.
Eric B.
With the list, and he got them eyes that you got, right?
Eric B. Yeah.
With the.
Yeah, mine's are better though. But shout out to Eric B, man.
Yeah. So you're asking, is 50 wrong for creating this?
I'm asking, is 50 Cent wrong for creating it? I'm asking, would you have actually done these types of things? Would you have done the docuseries on Sean Combs, The Reckoning?
I don't think 50 Cent was wrong. I don't think he was wrong. I think he saw an opportunity and he took it.
You think that's what it was? It was just like, oh, this is an opportunity to make a good docuseries.
I mean, and he don't like him. So I think all of it just tracks.
So you think, would you do this?
Because he's done a bunch of documentaries and docuseries all the time. You know what I mean?
Would you do this to one of your enemies though? Like somebody that you like?
I don't know if I'd have the time or if I would care enough.
See, and that's what I'm saying, though, bro. The time and the care enough, it means to me
she said it's not Eric B. I don't remember what his name was.
Eric B and Rakim. Bro, hold on.
I don't think it was Eric B. Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon. What? Either way, the brother had a list.
Went by Eric B. No.
But anyway, I think that 50 Cent.
I'm wrong. You're right, SE.
I think that 50 Cent was he's a troll. So obviously he thought it was a good opportunity and he's like, oh yeah, and I don't like him for sure. Let's do it.
It all added up.
Let's do it. But he does a lot of docuseries and he's just like in the entire like film thing. I don't think he was necessarily wrong, you know, because are we going to say that all the other docuseries, like the point has been brought up before too. Charlamagne brought this up before, but he was saying like, there have been other docuseries and other documentaries around like Diddy since this little situation has happened, and there will be more in the future, I'm sure. It's like, are we gonna think that they're wrong necessarily for doing it? I don't know if I can say that. I'll say it's petty, like it's definitely petty for sure, but like wrong, I don't think I would say it was wrong.
Nah, it just stings differently when it comes from your own people. It's like, you know, Jammin With Juice.
What does that mean?
Well, okay, hear me out. So, say for instance, right, Jammin With Juice, bro, we take over the world. We become the biggest thing since sliced bread, right? We're on red carpets, all this stuff for the next 20 years of our lives. We good, right? Next thing you know, the truth drops, surviving Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I thought we was cool. You know, I signed the contract. I thought we was cool. You know, but at the same time,
I would make it or I would be in it.
Well, if you did make it, I swear to God, I'd be like, damn, bro, I thought we was better than that, bro. Because she do got, Juice definitely has video footage of me that I never said that she could record of me, but she's recorded some stuff of me that may make me look in a distasteful way, you know, like I'm a murderer or something, but I'm not. Okay, I never killed a fly, for real. But if I had to protect myself, anyway, that's all I'm saying.
That's him sincere. He the one who claiming he a hip hop head.
I really did. I'm not gonna lie, y'all can beat me up for that one. I definitely messed that up.
I don't know.
Eric Sermon.
Who is Eric B?
I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. All I'm saying is I just think it hurts different. It stings different when it comes from your own culture, your own people, you know. And I know 50 Cent went on to go say that he would have thought that it would have been wrong if hip hop didn't stand up and say that, you know, sexual assault and sexual abuse wasn't wrong.
Right.
You know,
I think that's more so the conversation is how do we bring more of these stories to light?
I just know Jay-Z ain't never messing around with 50 Cent. And honestly, just like Waka Flocka ass said, it's like, man, you can't trust
bringing up Jay-Z?
Well, cause, you know, why not?
Why are you bringing up Jay-Z? You are so compromised, bro.
How, bro? How am I compromised?
Because it's like, I'm gonna need
Jay-Z seems to be the cleanest one out here.
Listen, I'm not trying to put nothing on that man Jay-Z. You know, I don't need Rock Nation coming for me. But honestly, if something were to, hypothetically, you know, would you feel a way about it? Like, would
Like
you
if something
feel?
came out about
yeah,
Junior?
like if something came out about him, would you feel like, okay, he does deserve to do some time for that, for messing with people or whatever it is?
Bro, if all these...
it don't really sound like, even when it comes to Diddy, you over here trying to write him letters and things like that. And
I did write Diddy a letter. I'm a hip-hop journalist.
You're not,
I'm a hip-hop commentator.
You didn't even know the dude's name.
Hey, all greats mess up sometimes.
Whatever.
Okay? You mess up sometimes. So be it.
What I'm saying is,
perfect.
when it comes to Diddy, you're not really saying like, man, no, I forget him. He shouldn't be doing all this. Like you're writing letters to this man.
I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter to Puffy.
But saying what? Saying what? Like, what could you potentially be saying to him?
I'm talking a black man to black man. You know, I'm not even gotta even go down that rabbit hole. Okay, what I spoke to Diddy about and Puffy Sean Combs about is between me, Puffy, and
why?
God.
What was your intention?
To make certain that folks can keep their heads up, man, in hard times. That's all. That's all. And I'll do that for any and everybody. Okay.
For someone who can corrupt people like that, you would do that for them.
Allegedly. This is alleged corruption, okay?
What's the alleged corruption when you see the footage of him dragging the girl down the hallway?
That was definitely terrible, and I've definitely condemned Diddy on those things. That was our very first episode, Juice. Did you forget?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, what all of this has shown me, that it can be really unfortunate that some people can still try to like stick up for the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like stick up for the actions, the actions of people who are doing wrong to other people.
Yeah, man, you can't let that celebrity fool you, man. They just people too. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. So if it was a Jay-Z having these same allegations,
I think you'd be in denial.
Nah.
And I don't know how you would necessarily. I feel like you would still be throwing up the rock.
I would just have to let people know that Jay-Z, if he was a person just like how they allege him to be, I'd put that out there, man. But, you know, when you get to the top, that's what ends up happening, man. People come up with these stories. They create and form narratives. I mean, that's what
Some things be true, bro.
That's what this whole world...
They got nothing to do with when you get to the top, people create false stories about you. Like, yeah, they can, and yeah, they will. But when it's actually true and it tracks, and it's like a lot of people are saying the same exact thing, bro.
Okay.
Like, you can't blame it on, oh, yeah, when you get to the top, people gonna try to bring it down.
Watch. Okay, look, I just used this as an example probably about 2-3 minutes ago. But watch. Okay, 20 years from now, me and Juice, we get to the top, blah, 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 whatever. And then Juice goes and be like, you know what? I'm finna do this documentary on Benjamin, surviving Benjamin. And then
Jesus.
And then she's gonna drop it on Netflix, right? Of me killing this fly. But what's gonna end up happening to make it sound so much more dramatic and make it feel like, dang, Benjamin is a murderer or something? And they're gonna put the sound effects behind it like dun 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 splat.
Bro, a fly.
And then it's gonna be, and then Ben didn't even care about that damn fly. He didn't care. He had no soul. He didn't care about that fly whatsoever. He splattered it, made certain it was splattered. He spread it all across the table. Come on, man. This man's definitely a murderer.
Bro,
that's how they use different narratives to make...
A fly is not the
image
same as a human being being murdered and offed.
Drop it on Netflix and then see what the internet says.
Well, I want to know, how do you feel about the entire situation with Diddy and Tupac and Biggie? Like, do you believe that allegedly Diddy could potentially have had something to do with that situation?
Potentially, he could have had something to do with the situation. As we have seen notoriously with Diddy, no pun intended. I think that after the passing of Biggie, and I'm just saying if he is a righteous man, I think he understood the music business and what you could do with an artist to the furthest extent.
He was a great marketer.
Yeah, he was a great marketer.
I call him a marketing genius.
Yeah, no,
that's about it.
Marketer, promoter. He's always been a promoter. That's really what he is, a promoter. But at the same time, I think that after that incident occurred, he understood how far he could take it, and that's what it was. And a lot of people say in the documentary that, you know, Diddy wasn't a good rapper. You know, he wasn't a good rapper whatsoever, but he wanted to be the rapper. So, you know, him taking off or when his artist passed away, he just understood what he needed to do and become the face of Bad Boy. And I mean, that's one thing I will say clear as day is that, you know,
seemed
Bad
like that's
Boy,
what he wanted.
Yeah, Bad Boy wasn't about nobody else besides Diddy. Like Diddy is the face of Bad Boy. That's what he is. Diddy is Bad Boy. Nobody else is going to ever be bigger than Diddy. And then another thing that I actually did like that Aubrey O'Day had said that I didn't even realize at the time, but again, this is why it's so important for you to be a visionary and understand the time and moment that you are in, is the fact that what she said about the whole Making a Band series is the idea that, you know, it was never really about any of the artists, any of the artists becoming big or anything like that. It was more so about Diddy positioning himself as a pop star, as a pop icon. It actually it gave credibility and credence to who Diddy was as you see him judging, you know, upcoming talent, you know, and it made me realize that before the Making the Band thing, Diddy wasn't even looked at in that light as far as, oh, a pop star or this pop icon. He moves pop culture. It wasn't up until that moment, him doing this deal with MTV, giving them one of their best shows of all time, him doing that. That's when Diddy transcended into becoming this pop icon, this pop culture figure that, you know, that we now know of today, you know. So it was very interesting, but you got to realize how you're positioning yourself to win in the end.
So you just look at it, oh, he was strategic.
He definitely was strategic in that, you know, in that sense. Not saying it was good, because at the end of the day, he still went on to go or allegedly abuse a few folks. Who one person went on to go say they jump in the casket for Diddy. One other person,
what's her name?
Yeah,
Kalina
or something like that. Yeah, she jumping Diddy's casket for him. You know,
which
another
is
one,
crazy because just like Essie said, like Kalina, who used to be a part of Diddy Dirty Money with
she was the bald head one
with Dawn Richard, which is what she want to call herself now. I be saying Dawn Richards and Diddy. But she had said before, like when Dawn had put out her statement saying that, you know, and she filed the lawsuit against Diddy, and Diddy ended up calling Kalina and was like, hey, I need you to do me a really big favor. I need you to like come out and say that none of this stuff was happening and all da 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 da. She was like, you know, it made me think back to when I had asked Diddy a couple, you know, however long ago that I needed some money to help my family, to help get my kids, and he couldn't help me. But now all of a sudden, when the shoe's on the other foot, you need me to help you. Right. And she still went on to help him.
Right.
That's what I was just so confused about, because it's like, he didn't help you, so why are you helping him?
I think that.
But some people maybe just be nice like that.
Well, I think it was her being nice, but I think the fame of Diddy was one of them things where she was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do it for Puff. You know, just like she said, she basically died for Puff.
Which is weird. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. But one of my biggest takeaways from the entire docuseries, it made me think about the entire Diddy Reckoning docuseries made me think about his kids. And it made me truly, honestly think of, one, the trauma that they have to go through. I don't know how much they have actually seen. It seems like allegedly Justin Combs and some of the boys participate with Diddy in some of these things, or at least that's what they were saying in the docuseries. It's like Justin Combs, he be out there partying with him. He be at the freak-offs. He be doing all these other things. And even the fact of him bringing Justin into that room to allegedly do some harm to that young man who nobody has heard from. He's disappeared now. But it's just like, it made me just think of the little girls and what they have been exposed to, because their mother is now not here for, let's say, pneumonia, even though I was looking up a lot of stuff about her death recently.
Yeah, allegedly Diddy killed her.
His other daughter, what's her name? Chance? I think her name is Chance. If it's not, no, it starts with a C. Choice, Chance, one of those. But his other daughter, who he had with Tupac's old girlfriend, that's his baby mama. Yeah, you didn't know that?
See, I didn't know that.
Tupac's old girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, is one of Diddy's baby mamas.
I would really like to get inside the mindset of Diddy, though, like, and just understand what was his obsession with getting with other dudes' women.
I don't know. He had a weird complex in his mind. But when it comes to the boys, too.
Did you want some of Tupac's sperm rubbed on your nipples,
okay. When it comes to the boys, it's like, man, he didn't really train them up to be bosses. Like, he didn't really train them up to take over the legacy of Bad Boy. Like, it seemed like, even from the docuseries, when I'm looking at them, it seemed like they just are all so attached to just him and what he's got going on. And I don't really see them doing anything on their own. Like, I know I saw Christian Combs, he had some music that he was doing, and most of it was just samples samples and remakes of his daddy's old songs, but I don't really see them in the light of taking over the family business. And it almost seems like they might be, they say a lot of the time that Diddy groomed the women. It seems to me like he groomed his boys, like he groomed his kids as well to kind of believe this facade that he's just the greatest, you know. And he probably is in their eyes because that's their dad. But it's just like, at the same time, what did you grow them up to be? What did you grow them up to do? The same things that you do, allegedly abusing women, allegedly taking drugs, allegedly, like, you know, harming other people. And they stick up for him every step of the way. And it's just like, man, if I knew everything, and I know they know more than what we know for sure, but knowing everything, even knowing that he used to beat up Kim allegedly, like, how can you be so loyal to a man who used to whoop on your mom like that? Well, like, I don't know. It really just made me think of what's really going on in those boys' minds as well.
You got to remember, that's the
and
only
the girls.
Parent. That's the only parent alive right now. So they're going to cherish him as much as they possibly can while he's still here, you know. And then on top of that, like you just said, Juice, who knows, you know, the influence that he's had over their lives, you know, not just only in Americans' lives, but actually his own family home, you know, what he's taught his boys. You know, at the end of the day, I just know, as they say, as the old saying goes, you know, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, but I just know that it's hard for a child to take up what their parents' dream was and actually accomplish it. It seems like Diddy has accomplished everything he's ever wanted to do. So his sons, it might be a little bit hard for them to go ahead and, you know, follow suit and follow in his footsteps. You know, especially having that Combs last name now. I mean, all the world knows that Combs last name. Well, imagine them filling out a job application right now. You know how hard that's gonna be.
I mean, I don't ever see them filling out no job application. They're rich as ever. But just like what Josh said, like, well, Diddy, I'm assuming he's saying, was groomed by his mama. So let's start there. He learned from the best, and that's all he knew. And that's why I also, you know, it really does suck when it goes down the lineage like that. You know, like, he probably was allegedly groomed by his mama. Now he was doing it to his kids, doing it to everybody else around him. And it's like, man, I pray for the family, and I hope that they're able to, I guess, just find strength. Find strength in all of this, because it's definitely made things worse for them, and all eyes are on that family right now. And I don't know what's gonna come next.
But this is why you gotta definitely be careful about how you live in your life, especially publicly, especially honestly just right now, because, you know, we talking about Diddy and 50 Cent and all these other people or whatever, you know, who have grown up with a camera in their face. But literally now we all have cameras in our faces. Like, everybody can report you as news, you know. So who knows what you've done today and how that may, you know, come up 10 years, 20 years down the road and be used against you. I'm certain that a lot of this footage that Diddy even used, he never thought for 1 second that somebody would obtain it and then use it against them and put a Netflix documentary or docuseries out there about you, you know, and then it winding up in the hands of, it seems like, one of your biggest enemies of all time at this point.
But the craziest part is, to me, is the little 4 or 5 days or whatever that we were seeing of Diddy. I feel like that wasn't even most of the docuseries. Like, and I don't really think it added too much to it. Like, even if he didn't have this footage, I think the docuseries could have been fine, you know, and still been able to tell the story and people have their takeaways from it, because it really wasn't that much, or even that much said in it like that. But
maybe that was one of them shots to let, you know, Diddy know that I had somebody in your camp the whole time who was working for me.
Do you not know how he got the footage?
How did he get the footage?
Okay, so Diddy was allegedly recording a lot of his life before he was going into court, because allegedly they're saying that he knew he was going to get off. So he kind of wanted to film and do a documentary on himself that he had control of with the footage and everything, to kind of tell this, like, victory story of, like, oh yeah, they thought they was going to get me, but they didn't. So he hired this videographer to do this documentary on him that the guy he originally had signed the NDAs. All the rights was going strictly to Diddy. That footage Diddy and his team, I'm sure, still have. There were a few days before this is what I read, y'all. there were a few days before he was about to get arrested that a new videographer came in place of the guy he originally had. And when it came to payment, allegedly, and when it came to paperwork, that's where it got a little dicey with this new videographer who had to fill in for the original one because something happened. He couldn't film like those days or something like that. But that's how 50 was able to get this footage because it was legal. That's why he's like, no, it needs to be a cease and desist because this is illegal footage. No, it's not illegal footage because y'all didn't do what y'all needed to do on y'all end to make sure that this new videographer that was coming in here was secure and you still had all the rights to this footage. Right. And with you not having the rights to this footage, it's fair game. It is completely fair game for anybody. So it really was a mess up on Diddy's team part. And I don't want to call it like luck that it happened how it happened, but they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's to make sure that everything was straight, allegedly.
Let me ask you this, though, Juice. When it comes down to, Marlon Wayans entering the chat, entering the arena, because a lot of people were talking about, Marlon Wayans, where is this all coming from? But Marlon Wayans was on a radio interview talking about how he felt about the Diddy docuseries, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, and how he felt 50 Cent's role in creating this, docuseries may have been distasteful. And a lot of people were in an uproar because on one end, people are talking about how Marlon Wayans seems to be defending Diddy. And other people are talking about how he had laid it out there, that 50 Cent, your day is coming one day too. So how do you feel about Marlon Wayans entering the fight, so to speak?
I think that it's getting blown out of proportion because now Marlon Wayans and 50 Cent are like beefing with each other for no reason, going back and forth on social media. And it's like, come on, y'all. We are grown. Y'all are grown men here. Like, y'all know each other number. I'm sure you can have just a conversation. But honestly, to me, it just seemed like what Marlon was saying was, 50 did what he did, but don't be surprised if karma come back at you and something were to, come out about you and now somebody's making a documentary about you. Like, roles can flip very quickly if you, put that type of energy out there. But I think 50 Cent is with all the games. Like, he's like, okay, whatever, that could be the case, but he's like, Marlon, keep my name out your mouth. But it's like, come on, 50, he was asked about it. Like, he was asked about it, so that's not necessarily fair. I can see if Marlon just took it upon himself to make a video and post it on his own Instagram, just randomly commenting on it. It was like he was asked about it in a radio interview. He said, everybody has their day, so make sure that you're prepared when yours comes. Man. And just call it like it is. I didn't take it as disrespectful at all, but 50 he might be a little sensitive. Just wait till Scary Movie 6 come out. He took it negatively, and now they're going back and forth, and I don't think it's necessary. They posting pictures of each other and stuff. I think Marlon posted a picture of 50 and Diddy in a hot tub together. Yeah. It's like it's just going too far now at this point, and y'all grown. Have a conversation. I know y'all could hit each other up. Y'all both been in the game for a very long time.
Time to pop the popcorn.
Get it off of social media. Like, I thought that's for what kids do.
That is true.
Like the younger millennial generation and stuff. Like, why is y'all on the internet with this?
No, for real, bro. That's really how I be feeling about a lot of these different scenarios, especially when it's grown man out here arguing back and forth on the gram. I'll be like, man, this is preposterous. Real N-words do real things, man. And I could never see myself arguing with another grown-ass man online. That's preposterous to me. However, it's a hella entertaining because it just led me to start thinking, like I said before, I can't wait for Scary Movie 6 to drop now. Because what if, and I know they said they wrapped filming for Scary Movie 6. It's due, it's about to drop in June, late June. My birthday month, Gemini season's about to be lit.
Y'all so narcissistic.
Okay. What are you talking about?
Everything got to be your birthday, my Gemini, my...
Cause
like, my God.
Whatever, bro.
Let the month come.
Just because I'm blessed with my month.
I'm just saying, if something was popping off...
Aren't you happy in October?
I'm saying, if something was popping off in October, I'm not finna be like, my birthday, you better give me my birthday gift. Like, I'm not finna be doing all of that. Like, y'all Geminis are weird. Like,
whatever, bro. Let me live,
like,
fam.
Them dropping the movie in June ain't had nothing to do with your birthday.
It got a lot to do with my birthday.
No,
what
it
you
don't.
mean?
No, it don't.
Do you not know that June is one of the most biggest blockbuster movie
What that got to do with your birthday? What that got to do with your birthday?
It's just something I can be happy about my birthday month with Juice.
All right.
They ain't trying to steal my shine.
I'm just saying, y'all be narcissistic.
Dang. Okay, I will admit, I wouldn't say narcissistic, but I will say egocentric though. You know, it plays into my ego, feeds into it. Like, woo, it's the best
what the month got to do? Like, what him dropping Scary Movie 6 got to do with your birthday? Like, how does that stroke your ego? That's what I'm just trying to understand. You ain't have no hand in it. How does that stroke your ego that the movie gonna drop in June?
Because Scary Movie, the original, hasn't dropped over 20 years. So to get Marlon Wayans and Sean Wayans and everybody else who's a part of it, that masterpiece, to come back in the month of June, my birthday month, makes me feel a little special. Okay, there's a bunch of different movies dropping that month. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm just saying that it'd be funny to see an actual skit of 50 Cent and Diddy in this next Scary Movie 6. That would be crazy. And actually, I want to put this out there too, because if Marlon Wayans and 50 Cent are doing this back and forth, I would truly love to see both them brothers work together on something. I think it would actually be great.
Yeah, since they both do film.
Yeah, they both do film. Marlon Wayans is a master at what he does. 50 Cent is a master at what he does. If they came together on something, oh my God, I could see that being really great. And I know for a fact, because they're two grown men, this whole little debacle, this back and forth, isn't nothing real. You know, they both understand this is promotion. This is marketing. 50 Cent understands that more than anybody. And I know Marlon Wayans understands it too. So, nah, I don't think it's nothing real. However, I just think that, you know, when it comes down to this dropping of Sean Combs, The Reckoning, 50 Cent, I hope your hands are clean, because one day somebody may come back for you, you know, and that's what karma is. Karma is cyclical.
No, it is. Shout out Trey Tay though. He did say y'all should have watched Gene Deal, because he been telling all of this years ago, and that is facts. Yeah. Gene Deal has been telling all of the Diddy stories, and a lot of the Diddy stories that he has told before, it all adds up. It all adds up, and people was telling Gene Deal like, "Nah, man, you know what you talk about, bro. You just hate no Diddy, bro. You don't even know nothing." No, Gene Deal was not lying. Gene Deal was telling the truth.
Yeah. No, look, man, Gene, it's been a lot of people going on saying what they wanted to say for years now about Puffy and who he is and what he does. But, you know, the truth will come to light, you know, and at the end of the day, I think the only thing that can save Diddy's legacy or anything like that is Diddy coming out and really telling his real truth, because he was one of the first people that I even remember hearing on record, at least, saying the truth will set you free. So Diddy,
I don't believe that he says.
Well, I'm just saying, Diddy, if you want to set yourself free, man, just tell the truth for real, for real. You know, if there's people you've hurt, then talk about it, man, and cry about it too. Let that pain out, man. You know, and talk to those people. You know, the victims of you. You know, because at the end of the day, man, you know, so many folks have looked up to you, have been inspired by you, wanted to, you know, live by your words, so to speak, and you really let a lot of people down, man. You really did. So.
Yeah, Essie had mentioned that the jurors had messed her up. That lady juror, it seemed like she was a fan. Yeah.
She didn't really mess me up. I ain't gonna lie.
It didn't seem like she was a fan though.
She did seem like a fan because
she was. She admitted that, like, oh yeah, I grew up on the music that he put together. Like that was my era. Day 26, 112.
I like the Indian dude though. The Indian dude, he kept that stuff trill. You know, when he's talking about Cassie, he was like, what'd he say? He was like, it seemed to me that she liked some of that stuff, man.
But see and that's what I don't like to hear too, though.
Hey, this is what the juror said. Now
I know
it said, and honestly, a lot of people went on to go say these things about Cassie. She did love the lifestyle. She loved the lifestyle. She loved being around the rich and successful. I'm certain she didn't like the physical abuse, which physical abuse is never okay. But he went on to go say that, hey, you can't have it both ways. You out here living a lifestyle that most of us just dream of, and you getting beat up. You could have left at any time. Nobody had any shackles on you.
But see, that's the problem that I have with that, because people make it seem like it's just that easy to leave an abusive relationship like that, and it goes deeper than just abusive relationships. Like Diddy was out here trying to kill people. Like Diddy allegedly took Capricorn Clark, kidnapped her, went up to Kid Cudi house, trying to kill him too. It's just like come on now, this was not no regular type of abuse.
A lot of folks went on to go say that Capricorn story wasn't a real story. It was just that. Just
Who
a
said
story.
that?
They said it in the docuseries.
No, they said that because she was emotional when telling the story, it made them think that, then I don't know if I believe this. They didn't say that it wasn't true. They just said that the way she told the story, it didn't seem to them as though that they believed it. But that doesn't mean that the story wasn't necessarily true.
It raised the suspicion.
And I can understand that because if somebody is extremely emotional and they have to recall something traumatic that happened to them, like over a decade ago, like come on now, like that's not to say it's not the truth. And it's just it's not as easy as people would assume, and that's the reason why I didn't like what that juror was talking about, because I'm just like, bro, it don't work like that. It just does not work that way.
I think it's just interesting, man. Like because I think folks have to take into consideration these people's backgrounds. Like the Indian gentleman, his culture, women don't have as many rights. So even his perspective could be skewed on how things are looked at here in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, the whole Cassie situation and incident, some people were going to say that, Cassie just wanted to, be around Diddy for the money, and it wasn't nobody else she could actually even get with because Jay-Z was already taken. It's all these different things that were happening at the time, but it's definitely...
Facts, Josh.
Well, what Josh say?
Because Josh said Cassie was a victim. She was groomed and introduced to life at 19. This is why monsters like Diddy are dangerous, because men never take other men accountable and always blame women, which is wild. Patriarchy is real. Shaking my head. And that's facts, Josh.
That's not facts,
no,
man.
it is facts.
Get your panties out of bunch, Josh.
It definitely is facts. Like, people love to discredit the situations of women for whatever reason. Like, I don't even understand why at this point. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it is what it is. I just think that the charges that they tried to get him on was not what the charges that they needed to put him on. They should have put him on something else. Don't ask me what, because I'm not a lawyer. But the little charges he had...
Let's ask Tony Cotton.
The little charges he had, I don't think was enough for them to have evidence of. Like the whole Rico situation, like, come on. Honestly, like I don't like, no.
I really think that the Rico, when they threw the Rico on him, I think that was just a Trojan horse to get all these other things happening. To get the public to agree to, what's the word I'm looking for? To get the public's consent, to understand that Diddy may be a very, very dangerous man. Because prior to, throwing a Rico on somebody, if he would have just said that Diddy was going down for domestic abuse, it wouldn't hit, the airwaves as much. But hitting Diddy with a Rico case, that hits the airwaves, man. So I just hope that, that this Diddy situation sets an example and a precedent for anybody who decides to get in the industry, or just people out there, normal civilians. Like, none of this stuff is okay. Having power, control, first thing that you need to have power and control of is yourself. And understand, that all these egotistical ideas that you have need to be checked at some point. You need help before you actually go ahead and bleed on somebody else or hurt somebody else, because none of this stuff is okay. Diddy may have made it look sexy and appealing and all these other things, but ultimately, there was a dark, sinister situation happening behind, all those bad boy take that. That's all I'm saying.
Do you want to do your rabbit hole?
We only got like 7 minutes left.
It's important. We'll close out with it.
I don't want to close out with it. I can literally just do my rabbit hole tomorrow. But it definitely has to do with the Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers, Paramount hopping in, trying to get Warner Brothers, and the idea of a streaming versus TV. Was TV better for us, or is streaming better for us? That's what it really has to deal with. But I have a long extrapolation of what that really is, man. We really did talk about this Diddy thing for a minute, and we actually started a little late. Stimulating. She's stimming. This is what happens when you live behind computer screens. You get to stimming.
Whatever. All right. You want to do your drop of juice?
You know what? Let's hear a word from our sponsors really quick.
Ooh, I need to stretch, y'all.
Stretch it out then. Breathe, stretch, shake.
For 2 hours.
Let it go.
Bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And we're back.
I'm trying to think that I have any more things to say about the Diddy docuseries. It was just so good. And honestly, it made me think about just all the other docuseries Diddy does have out there. And I actually want to go watch them. Like, did you know he had a docuseries on like certain deaths in hip hop?
Damn, no, I didn't.
Yeah, like where it talks about
Biggie,
not Biggie,
Tupac,
like the more recent ones.
Pop Smoke.
Yeah, like Pop Smoke, XXX, maybe a little bit about Juice WRLD. I feel like I saw his face on there somewhere.
Juice WRLD died to the future.
But whoa, you better say allegedly with that. Allegedly. Goodness.
He died because of the influence of Future.
Allegedly.
No, he didn't. That was actually
allegedly.
That was true.
Those have been Jammin's words.
Those are Benjamin's words.
Don't come for me, lawyers, because you lawyered up around here. But it definitely made me want to go take a look at the other stuff that he's made. And yeah, I think 50 has a knack for it. Is that what they say?
Not for real though, man.
I think 50 got a knack for this little filming thing he doing.
I just think that
he's found a great lane for himself.
Yeah, 50 is the future, man. And I think he knows how to tell great stories. As Ice Cube once said it before, if you can write raps, no, it wasn't Ice Cube. It was I'm gonna be crucified for this. Anyway, look, just know if you can write raps, you can write movies. That's just basically what it is. And obviously 50 Cent.
Is he writing them?
He's written before. He's helped and now he helps produce them. A lot more of them. But I know he still helps out with writing from time to time, but he produces the movies now. So, or TV and film. So if you can do those types of things, write a good story, you can definitely get behind the camera and make a great story.
And I would suggest to anybody out there who wants to create a film, do so. Because with this whole Netflix Paramount situation that's going on, I definitely see a surge happening of independent films, movies, all of the things.
I will tell you this though, because this actually really excites me, because at the end of the day, the media industry is growing rigorously. Okay, now so much so, and I've only heard of these things, but the other day I actually saw it in real time, to where individual brands, and I'm talking about stores, whether it's Best Buys to Home Depots, they're all creating their own versions of podcasts. Like the other day I was like at an Educators Credit Union. The Educators Credit Union is making their own podcast now. So it's just, media is expanding, and I think there'll be a lane for everybody in the future to, get their voice heard in the right way.
Yeah, I agree. There definitely is a push right now for brands to have their own little storyline content that they do, like create little mini stories on social media and things like that, because that's the next wave. So I 100% think that that's where we're headed. Like I've already, like you said, I'm already seeing it too. So I don't know if anybody out there is in charge of a big business, think about creating some type of like storyline around it for social media. That's what I'll say.
Right. All right. You want to?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Thanks for tapping in to Jammin With Juice this morning. It is me, your girl, No Need Juice, and that has been Jammin'.
It's amazing.
Wait, what was your drop of juice?
Oh, drop of juice. Honestly, for real, y'all. Really just watch what you're doing, man.
Wrapping up the show with a bow.
Yeah, wrapping up the show with a bow. Now, watch everything that you do, man, because everything that we do in today's time is all recorded. So you really don't know what may come up for you 10 years, 20 years down the road that may hinder your success. So just watch everything that you're doing, man, because if you're going to live here in America, you will be filmed.
My drop of juice is going to be piggybacking off what you just said. Just be a good person, so then you don't have to worry about what could potentially be recorded about you that you don't know that's going on.
But then you could be a good person and it could be skewed.
That then could be used against you in the future.
I killed a fly and watch somebody's going to say Ben James a murderer.
Like he over here like, hey, it's cameras watching, so if you do it in the dark. Absolutely not. Just be a better human being and not want to cause harm to other human beings, and just work on yourself.
Fresh than a mug. Yeah.
That's what I'll say. But thanks for tapping in, y'all. See y'all later.
Fresh in this.